Right then, there's a quick walk around video for a really fabulous Civic. This is a 1.6 sports diesel, the facelift model as you can see here. This car's covered just 39,000 miles from new. Lovely car, fantastic service history attached to it as well. It's in really great condition. I'm going to go around reasonably quickly because it's about to pour down, and whilst it's drying clean, I can do this, but the bonnet, lenses, all absolutely lovely. The inside beautifully clean panels. Sorry, I went to the near side rear alloy, absolutely fantastic. So I do apologise, I don't normally rush around, but there's a black cloud looming any moment now. It's going to deposit awful lot of rain on me. Rear alloy again, fantastic. Come around the back, you get some new style rear end with the diffuser and smoke glass. Oh, it looks absolutely stunning on the car, I have to say. This is the Navi version of the Sport, by the way, so it basically means it gets navigation as well as the rear camera. Offside, again, lovely smoothing panels. Offside rear alloy, fantastic condition. The car is really lovely. There's always the odd mark that doesn't show up, but in all honesty, it is, for the car of its age, in really super condition. Let's come into the back of the car now, excuse the drips coming off the boot. A huge boot, and it's been kept beautifully. Worth pointing out, I always do these videos after we've cleaned the cars. This one hasn't been cleaned yet. In all honesty, it doesn't need it. It's that clean in here, but we will clean it anyway. Coming to the back, this is where kids sit, and generally heavily used, soiled otherwise. Yeah, that looks almost like new back here. Front, again, lovely and clean. Let's just see there, so it's hardly really sat on. Finally on the front, yeah, absolutely beautifully clean. Driver's seat again, in super condition there. So inside the car now. Engine running as always, so the dash, you can see it illuminated. Absolutely stunning interior. Nav working exactly as it should there. And pop the car in reverse, rear parking camera likewise. It has been kept, I say, in absolutely stunning condition. And there's the dash design. Best you'll see in class by a mile, absolutely stunning. No warning lights on, of course, and 39,060 miles recorded. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, parking lock, wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 Sport, and this is the Navi version, as you can see. This car is registered, if I can read it, MK16YLH, and with a mileage of just 39,060 recorded. The reason we do these videos, and actually especially this bit, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we sell in an advert, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is simple. It's because, unfortunately, like lots of people, have been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So hence that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this absolutely lovely part of Gloucestershire, even on a biblically horrible day like today. And I apologise if it seems like it's middle of the night that I'm doing this video. It's not, it's mid-morning, but it's the darkest of clouds that's come over, so I'm hoping it's not too grainy in here for you. But I have to crack on with them. So anyway, come to the car, beautifully looked after in every way, and it's immediately obvious. Some cars just feel right, tight on the road, and this is one of them. Engine starts instantly, of course, and settles to smooth, even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines are simply brilliant diesel engines. It's got all the trademark qualities you expect of a Honda, in that it's, with good regular maintenance, very tough, long lasting and very reliable. Cam chain driven, there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But more than that, it's just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. It's smooth, quiet, flexible. It's not peaky like so many diesels where they give you nothing, then loads, then nothing. It's broad spread of power through the rev range. but the economy is amazing on them because it is achievable. You know, I wouldn't claim 80 miles per gallon because you're not going to get it. Well, if you do, well then fair play to you. No, I mean, the reality is, in the real world of driving, I've owned numerous of these over the years, and doing driving which isn't really conducive to the best economy, driving sensibly, of course, you know, I get about 60-ish to the gallon. As soon as I go on any kind of longer run, you know, a bit of motorway, you know, A and B roads, then it'll be 70 or above. So it's, you know, and it comes, as I said, relatively easily to the car with just normal good driving practice. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, as you'd expect, absolutely perfect, smooth, bike point's exactly where it's meant to be. And then the gearbox itself is absolutely fantastic. Typical of Honda, they do this kind of stuff brilliantly well, better than anybody else in my opinion, because it's a gearbox you're going to want and enjoy using. Unlike most cars of in its class, you know, they'll all be the same. There'll be a cable running from the gear lever to the gearbox. You don't have direct connection anymore. But they end up giving you a fairly light, lifeless gear change on the whole, not all. But this is just brilliant. It feels meaty, it's satisfying, the engagement feels superb. It's just, as I said, enjoyable to use. And it feels exactly like it would have done when it was new. And coming on to the steering and chassis, which in lots of ways for me is the best part of the car. First and foremost, steering tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to legal limit. But it's in a world of electric power steering systems, which again can lead to so many being devoid of any feel, of any substance. This has it all. It feels weighty, it feels completely secure and confident on the road, but it's reasonably quick compared to most. So when you turn to a corner, you don't have to move the steering wheel much, so just turn it over the tiniest bit. But it gets pinpoint accurate, and it's dialed in beautifully to the chassis. So when you make the movements, the chassis can cope with the movements of the steering. You know, they're kind of talking to each other beautifully, because the chassis is just fantastic. It allows very flat, positive cornering. It's enjoyable. I sell loads of these cars, I have done over the years, this one and the previous generation, to people who may need a more practical car, family reasons, whatever, but they've been used to something quite sporty and they don't want to give up on enjoying driving their cars. And this gives you all of that. It gives you what most people want from family cars. It's a very comfortable, smooth riding car, but one that just loves going through the corners. So if you are of that mindset that you enjoy that kind of thing, it really does reward. It also exhibits no rattles or clonks from underneath the car in terms of the suspension. Like I said, the whole car just has that kind of as new feel when you're on the road with it. I'm giving the brakes a little bit of a shove. If anything, it's getting even darker, which is unbelievable. The brakes are fantastic on the car. No pulsing, no vibrations, all in good order. The car will, by the way, be heading off for a MOT, an independent of us MOT. Not sure that's the correct way of saying it. So these things are going to be checked as a matter of course anyway, but you know, we've checked it around and it's absolutely fine. And then finally, coming inside, you know, as I say in lots of videos, the problem with videos, they can't get across just, you know, how well built these things are. I know it's only low mileage. I've just done a video on one with a high mileage than this. It feels exactly the same. No squeaks, no rattles. They're bolted together absolutely brilliantly using very nice materials. But the reason I've always loved the Civics, and this and the previous generation, is this interior design, which I've always admitted openly that it's, you know, the classic Marmite interior. You either love it or you don't. I absolutely adore it. It's just so interesting, but it's designed to work. It's not just for show. The most conventional part is this centre section here. So you've got your sat-nav screen, big screen, nice and easy to use. Dual zone climate control system below it, which allows different temperatures side to side if you so wish. And that pumps out absolutely lovely ice cold air. All of the switchgear, as is always the case with Honda, have a beautiful, damped, high quality feel to them. But the best part by far is this two-tier design in front, which is simply design genius. The upper deck is the stuff you're going to more commonly look at when you're on the move. So it's mounted high, so you can see it more clearly. And what's lovely about it is you've got things like detailing. You've got the information pod up there. So if I change things like the fan speed down here, you get a little display there, but a much bigger one comes up there, so you can clearly see. It doesn't distract you from looking at the road for longer than necessary. But the gauge we should all look at on the most common basis is your speed, and there it is all by itself, nice and clear. It's simply brilliant. It basically means that as you're driving along, you're looking at the road, pedestrians, cyclists, whatever. You can see the speed out of the corner of your eye without having to look down at all. It is simply amazing. Down below that, more conventional podder dials, rev counter in the middle, flanked either side by temperature and fuel gauges. Everything working exactly as it should. Steering wheel, nice thick rimmed, sporty feeling thing. It's just a stunning car, and this one's been kept in simply beautiful condition. Cannot fault it in any way.